This is a fresh install of Linux Mint. No trackers, no ads and no AI, and it's fast, light and minimal by default, and also smells great. So if you want to smell minty, then I guess you've decided to take the Linux pill and you've resigned from Windows and realized the Penguin is just better. But you're scared and confused about how to actually install it. Well, worry not, because I'm going to explain every step in detail for absolute beginners so that even you and your goldfish can understand it. The first thing to do is download Linux. Head to this link over here, which I will leave in the description. Then hit this big beautiful download button. Then you'll be taken to another page. I want you to download the Cinnamon edition. If you're coming from Windows, this will be very familiar to you. So think of this like a new skin. It has a start menu, a gorgeous and user-friendly interface, and is the most popular edition. So hit this download button here. You'll be taken to another page. Scroll down and find the country where you reside or is closest to you. This ensures that you get the fastest download speeds. If you hit Ctrl F and type your country, you'll find it faster. Then click on any server and boom, the first step is complete. Once downloaded, you will have a file ending in .iso. Now think of this like a physical disk, but you can't actually touch it. Now in the next step, you'll need to create something called a bootable USB. Now this doesn't mean you can kick it away, but instead means your computer can see it and load it when your computer starts. So you'll need another program called Balena Etcher and around a 4 to 8 GB or more USB drive that you're okay with formatting. Now formatting just means that the process will destroy the data on the drive. So if you have any important files on it, back it up before starting this process. So head to this site and click this beautiful green download button. It will auto-magically scroll down for you, then click the less pretty download button for Windows. So once done, double click the file and it should load onto this screen. This process will include 3 steps. Insert your USB drive into your PC or laptop. Choose the linux.iso file we downloaded earlier. Second, choose the target. Now you're not murdering anyone here. Now make sure, however, that the correct USB device is chosen before you hit flash. And now just hit flash. Okay, once that's completed, you will need to enter something called the boot menu. And no, this isn't where you choose what shoes you want, but instead will allow you to decide how you want your computer to boot. And you have to enter this in order to boot from the USB. Now this can be different on various devices, but you typically need to keep hitting the escape or delete key while the PC is starting. I've also put on the screen here a number of different keys that you can try. However, if you're unsure, look up your device manufacturer and see what key you need to hit. Now restart your PC and hit the key required, and you should be in the boot order menu, which should look something like this. All you need to do is select the USB device. And if you've done it correctly, you should be taken to this screen. Just select Start Linux Mint and it should load into the Linux Mint live environment. Now don't worry if things are a little slow, because that's completely normal. So think of this like a testing ground. You may try out your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth devices and anything you use on a daily basis to see if it works correctly. Additionally, anything you do here is ephemeral, meaning it won't affect your system when you install Linux Mint for real. So if everything is working, you can continue to the installation by double clicking this disk icon here. Now this process is extremely easy and won't take very long at all. The first thing you need to do is select your language, then choose your keyboard layout and then check this little box over here. Now here is the most important part. You want to ensure that you choose the correct disk. If you choose this option, this will completely erase Windows and any data on the device, so please ensure you have backed up your important files. Now you may be looking to dual boot, and that simply means that you can have 2 operating systems on the same disk. So in order to do that, you just select this option here, and this means that you will have a choice of either choosing Linux or Windows when the PC starts. However, I do not recommend this as it has led to some problems for me in the past. Either way, choose the option you prefer and hit install now. When completed, you'll be taken through some of the fundamental pages. So choose your location. I chose London as I'm based in the UK. Then set any username and password that you like. Then hit continue. As you can see here, Linux Mint is now installing, and you can see some of what it offers by clicking this arrow here. Once completed, you will have the option to keep playing around or reboot into your new Linux system. So congratulations, you have now installed your first Linux distro. So when you first launch Linux Mint after installation, you should be greeted with this welcome screen here. Please make sure to read through everything to familiarize yourself with the environment. However, the first thing that we will do is update the system, so click the Mint icon on the left and type Update Manager. Now as you can see here, it's telling me to switch to a local mirror. All this means is that you'll switch to a server which is closest to you. So when you're updating your packages, it should be faster. So if I just click on the main here, I'm prompted with a list of countries. Now as you can see, the country that I've chosen shows up first with the highest performance in terms of internet speed. So just choose that one. Now we are in the update manager, and as you can see we have 130 updates selected. Updating is extremely simple, so you just need to hit the install updates button and put in your password. Upon doing so, it will start to install and update all of the packages on your Linux Mint system. So this might take a while, but just wait and be patient. And as you can see, once that's done, you will be prompted to restart your system. So all you need to do is hit restart. Now you may be thinking, but where do I get my software? Well, if you hit the start menu and type software into the search bar, you will see something called the software manager. Now loading that up, it will show you all of the software that is available on Linux Mint. So I'm just going to install a simple application called Drury. Now you may see something called Flatpak and System. Please read the notification on the screen here as you can see. However, Flatpaks will simply be more updated versions than the system packages. So wherever you can, please choose the Flatpak option if it's available. The application is now installed, and all I have to do is hit this beautiful green button which says launch, and it launches the application. Now I will also suggest going to the driver manager. You can find this in the start menu. Driver manager will list any of the drivers that you need for your system to function. However, as you can see here, my device doesn't need any drivers. However, you may need them. If it does prompt you to do so, just install them. So now you've installed Linux Mint, and as you can see, it was a piece of cake. So stay curious, use Linux, and have fun on your Linux journey.